The Federal Bureau of Investigation has now taken over the investigation into a high-profile shooting at one of South Florida's most popular casinos, and this case is escalating fast. What started as a late-night moment at a luxury casino has now turned into a full federal probe with serious consequences on the line. On April 6, 2026, at around 7:24 p.m., outside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida, things took a sudden and dangerous turn. Atlanta rapper Offset, best known as a member of Migos, was attacked by a large group of individuals right in the valet area. According to investigators, one suspect pulled out a handgun and fired a single shot, hitting Offset in the leg. In the chaos that followed, the group allegedly tried to rob him, going straight for his watch, but the attempt failed. Offset was rushed to the hospital with injuries that thankfully were not life-threatening. And in a surprising turn, just days later, he was already back outside, returning to the stage. On April 11th, he appeared at the University of Arkansas Rowfest, initially in a wheelchair, before standing and performing parts of his set, showing fans he was already pushing through the pain. But the story didn't stop there. New York rapper Lil Tjay was arrested nearby shortly after the incident by Seminole police. He wasn't charged for the shooting, but for misdemeanor offenses, disorderly conduct, and driving without a valid license. He posted a $500 bond and was released almost immediately. Another individual was detained as well, but ultimately not charged. Still, his name remains closely tied to the situation. According to police reports and surveillance footage referenced by multiple outlets, Lil Tjay was seen directing members of his group toward Offset's entourage, even pointing him out. Authorities believe someone connected to that group was responsible for the gunshot. However, as of now, Lil Tjay has not been charged with the shooting or the attempted robbery. His attorney, Don M. Florio, made that clear in a public statement, saying Lil Tjay was not shot and has not been charged in connection to any shooting, calling any reports suggesting otherwise completely false. But outside official statements, the tension continued to build. After his release, Lil Tjay addressed the situation himself, calling Offset a rat, denying any involvement in the fight or shooting, and making comments that hinted at possible future confrontation. Offset fired back on social media with a short but sharp response, "You ain't bust nothin'," widely taken as a dismissal of TJ's involvement in the shooting. And just like that, the internet lit up. As of April 14th and 15th, the FBI's Miami field office officially stepped in and took over the investigation, working alongside Seminole Police and the South Florida Violent Crime and Fugitive Task Force. Because this didn't happen on just any property, it happened on land owned by the Seminole tribe, which is federally recognized. That detail alone brings the case under federal jurisdiction and raises the stakes significantly. Now, investigators are looking at potential charges that could include robbery, assault with a firearm, and even conspiracy. The FBI has already released surveillance images, seeing two getaway vehicles, a matte gray Chevrolet Tahoe, believed to have fled toward Miami, and a black Chevrolet Suburban. They've also shared images of several unidentified individuals believed to be involved, and are now asking the public to help identify them. Tips can be submitted anonymously through 1-800-CALL-FBI or the official FBI website. As of now, no additional arrests have been made in connection to the shooting itself, but the investigation remains active and it's clearly expanding. Online, reactions continue to pour in. Some see this as another example of tensions in hip-hop going too far. Others point to the risks that come with high-profile appearances in public spaces. Offset later posted a message that caught attention: "Life's a gamble, and I'm still playing to win." At its core, this story is bigger than celebrity headlines. It's a reminder of how quickly situations can escalate and how serious the consequences become when federal authorities get involved. Cases like this don't move lightly, they move carefully, and they carry real weight. The facts are still being worked out through the courts and ongoing investigation, but one thing is clear. What started as a single moment outside a casino has now become a nationwide story with serious legal implications, and it's far from over.